Welcome back everyone to the Minecraft Hardcore Challenge for December 2018, where I am attempting to protect these villagers despite my saying at the beginning that it wasn't within my plans to do so, because the idea here is to Ah! That's not what I wanted to happen. Alright, well, okay, tree grew, that's good to see. Well, and creeper crept. Now, let's see, we'll have to plug in this hole. Hopefully there aren't any more around here. Boom. Actually, that creeper took a bite out of me, so I'll take a bite out of this carrot. And shoot, sand in here. Good. And then everything will look as good as new, right? At least until the next creeper comes. At least it didn't blow up the cathedral itself, which is nice. Alright. Oh, actually, I take that back. It did blow up a hole in the structure. Alright, fine. That'd be better. No! Blast Protection 3 is useless. Really? That's Blast Protection 3? Really? What good is it if you creeper can blow you up that easily? Ah. Well, I guess I was expecting to inevitably die in that one. But I was thinking it was more likely going to be to all those illagers. That said, I wasn't... this is... Alright, you go this way. No. Right, towards negative... Okay, I'm facing... It doesn't help that the... Okay, now they're both negative. No, they're not both. I just... Okay, yeah, they are both negative. I'm just trying to think if that number, the facing thing, is actually showing you something that's... Hey. Right, oh. Right? Well, I wanted to go... let me go back to the spot where I'm supposed to be. There are a few bugs remaining in the current snapshot, and one of them kept me from getting back here through the teleport command, so I wound up having to recreate the world. But we still have the pillager outpost here, and you can see we have these pillagers all over the place. It looks like this is purely pillagers. We don't have any vindicators or anything like that, which is going to make things a little bit easier in order to take on one of these locations. I thought it would be tough to do so because I was worried about pillagers and vexes and bosses and all that stuff. It looks like it's all pillagers. That said, I suspect that if you either kill enough of these or randomly on occasion, it will bring out one of those bosses in there, because if you kill the boss, that's what's supposed to trigger a raid, because it curses you. So if you go into a village, they'll raid the village in retaliation. Now I don't know whether it's because if you kill a certain number of pillagers that happens, or if it's a case that if you wait here long enough, eventually you'll have a boss pop up or something like this. I'm not too sure which one. I guess we could test that out, but as this is an early snapshot and they haven't tweaked the numbers yet, it's probably not going to be all that informative of what's going to be like in the first place. But if you get all the way up here, you get treasure! Like 7 arrows, whoop-de-doo. You'll probably spent a lot more than that getting up here. Potatoes, wheat, all sorts of things that I probably got from the village. Now, in this challenge, I guess a little extra dark oak logs would have been helpful, but look at this. If you really wanted logs desperately, you could get these over here. So this is actually a real tempting site to try to take down in order to loot it for all of its wood. And that's probably the biggest thing that it would have going for this particular challenge. As for the challenge itself, I thought it was an interesting one that we had in there, going treeless in there. When I did the version in the current release, I didn't make it very interesting because I spent the whole time trying to look for a coal and didn't know of anything interesting that I could do, which is why when I saw this outpost out here and coming out here and wondering how am I going to make this more interesting than the Lost Run, I thought, okay, I had to take this on. Even if it got me killed, at least it would have made the whole thing a lot more interesting. Now, I think it would have been nice if I was able to spawn one of those bosses in there and spawn one of those bosses in there and maybe take it on for the final episode, perhaps. That would have been really interesting if that happened. Probably gotten killed, but this is the December MHC. This is the MHC, and I figured let's try a little challenge on it since this was my second run anyway. And I want to do things a little bit differently than as I usually do it. And strangely enough, when I did get killed, it was by a classic creeper blast, which could have happened even in the original. Oh well, that's the way things go. And that's it for the December 2018 Minecraft Parkour Challenge Treeless. And I never did harvest a tree because the cultivated trees came up just before I got blasted away. But as you can see, whether or not you have cultivated trees is going to be completely down to luck. Well, that's it for this month, and until next month, this is Pineleaf Noodles reminding you to raid responsibly.